An amazing start for us here at Just Win Bets, baby. I am back, Joe the Fan, with Shane O'Mac. Shane O'Mac, we go 4-1 for our last Saturday games in college football, my friend.
Way to go. Way to start it off.
Yeah.
Screw Sam Houston.
They were doing fine, and then the wheels started to come off around the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we both liked them plus the points, and then they were keeping it tight. At one point, they were leading in the second half.
Yeah,
they were up by a touchdown at one point in the second half, and then just fell off. And so it is what it is. Can't beat 4-1 though. That's a great start.
No, but we also hit on the Iowa State. We hit the money line on that at plus 140, and we hit on the points as well. Well, we got 3.5 points. The other one that we did, which was a clear winner, it was a close one, but it was Hawaii -2, so that hit as well.
Yeah, that hit as well. Late field goal to win the game with time expiring. That was entertaining. I was rooting for overtime because I didn't think Hawaii was going to pull it out because the quarterback got banged up.
Right.
So I didn't think they'd be able to move down the field, but they did, and then got that field goal, which was huge. Kicked the field goal, made it, and then went on to win it for us. So that was great. The Sam Houston one, if you go back to our video, if you hear me, I said Sam Houston plus 10.5,
right,
which was the spread. And then I said I kind of like the over. I should have took the over because the over hit.
Yeah, over definitely hit. You were leaning on that one, so that wasn't really an official play.
No, it wasn't an official pick. It wasn't an official pick at all. But I was just like, I was listening to it. I was like, that should have been my pick. I was debating it and I didn't do it. But it is what it is. And the reason 4-1's still good.
And the reason why we say it's not an official pick, we try to offer that to producer Mark so we can get an extra bonus there, but he's like, no. I was like, okay, whatever, dude. So let's keep this party going. Let's get the train keep going here with 4 picks, my friend, where we have, of course, Thursday games. We'll give you 2 games, folks, for this Thursday and 2 games for Friday. But let's start off right now, and this is an interesting time for this game. It's a 5:30 kickoff with Boise State, South Florida. Boise State ranked 24th in the AP top 25 right here. Or I believe they're 25th, excuse me.
25th.
Yeah, and you can see the ticker right there on the bottom here, guys. And what they're going to do with the guys over in the studio from Ola Comics is that they're taking care of us, and you can see the spread, the current, if it's on the board or off the board when we're filming this. So you can see all that, scroll across, as well as the station where you can watch it. It's either ESPN, SEC Network, ACC Network, ABC, CBS Sports, what have you, or FS1. So make sure that you keep an eye on that. But we're going to go through this. So let's go again. Let's go with Boise State, South Florida. What's your pick on this one there, Shano?
So Boise State last year was the Ashton Genty show. Can't speak, but he is now in the NFL. He's on the Oakland Raiders. But a lot of people, I think, sleep on their quarterback, Madsen. He was a good quarterback last year. He threw for over 3,000 yards last year, which is surprising because they did run the ball a lot as well. So their offense is pretty dynamic. And if you look at their offense, or the South Florida's defense from last year, they were 133rd in giving up passing yards. So I think with a good starting quarterback coming back for Boise State, I like them to cover the point spread there. They're at -6 right now. I would definitely take the Boise State -6.
Yeah, and bettors, if you're concerned about that spread, you can definitely play with that. They are offering a -5.5, but the problem is the juice. -5.5 at -122, courtesy of our friends over at FanDuel. So you can do that, guys. And, of course, odds are subject to change. But, again, -6 at -110 are at a couple books here. Bet365, Caesars Palace. So we're going 1-unit play for -6 for Boise State to cover there. And that, of course, is the Thursday game there. Is that correct, Shano?
Yeah, Boise State -6. I like that a lot. Like I said, it is a weird time, though. Maybe they don't want any Boise State fans to watch it. That's because they're out on the West Coast, So
yeah.
5:30 here. It'd be like, 4, what would it be, 2 o'clock over there, 2:30 there?
I think so. Holy cow. It's time to close some of the shops there and watch the game. All right, so that's the first pick and that our first game. So we'll go to our second game here, which is another interesting matchup. We're talking about Nebraska traveling to Cincinnati here, and that's a 9 o'clock kickoff on a Thursday. So again, we're doing 2 games on Thursday, 2 games on Friday. So our second game for Thursday evening is Nebraska at Cincinnati. The current odds is Nebraska minus 6.5. And then the over and under, it's starting to fluctuate here. You can go as far as under 53.5. What say you here for this particular game?
I like the under here for sure. At 53.5 for sure. I definitely like that. Cincinnati last year, I looked at those points from every game last year, and they didn't score more than 24 points the whole season.
Right.
And so and Nebraska's usually got a pretty tough defense. So I don't see Cincinnati scoring a lot of points in this game. Nebraska, I think, will be better probably next year than this year. They have a new coach, Matt Rule's there this year.
Right.
So I think they'll be better, but it's going to take them some time. Like we talked about in our NFL videos. When you have a new coach, it takes some time to get into that offense going.
Sure.
So I like the under a lot here at under 53.5. So I would take the under, and I would lean maybe throw some pizza on Nebraska minus 6.5.
Let's talk about your first pick there. 53.5, courtesy of BetMGM at minus 118. You could, if you want to go bettors, at minus 53. Again, Caesar's Palace is offering that minus 110. So you're paying a little extra money on the juice there for 8 cents, but it depends on what you want to do. That kicker sometimes gets you. If it actually lands on 53, guys, you get your money back. But if it actually lands at 53 total points, we win if you're taking the 53.5, which Shano is suggesting. So that, of course, is going to be on BetMGM. And you stated, of course, the 6.5, courtesy of Caesar's Palace. So minus 6.5 at minus 110, and you're going to take that as your lean, correct? Or a little pizza on that.
Yeah, a little pizza on that. I wouldn't put anything big on it, but I think the Cornhuskers should win this game for sure, and I think they can beat them by a touchdown. I don't see that as anything impossible, right? So I'm putting some pizza on Nebraska minus 6.5.
All right, so let's move now to our Friday game. This will be our first Friday game for this Friday, which will take place in Fresco, Texas. Excuse me. I'm referring to, of course, Auburn taking on Baylor. The current odds is at minus 2.5, minus 109 on that. If you want to do Auburn minus 2.5, courtesy of our friends over at Bet River. So you guys want to make sure you get the best price. And that's what we're offering here, guys, depending on what your local books are giving you. The over-under here is 57.5. So Baylor, of course, being the dog. What say you here for this one? You were kind of leaning the dog, yes?
Yeah, I like Baylor money line, the underdog. I'm taking the underdog. I'm not big on the Tigers this year. Thu-Fri, their head coach, is on the hot seat, and for good reason. For Auburn, he's been 11-14 over the last 2 seasons combined, and that's not good for Auburn. That doesn't cut it in Auburn. They went 5-7 last year. That's not Auburn material, right? He did get a new quarterback off the transfer wire, but he, I don't trust Thu-Fri that much at all right now with Auburn.
Sure.
It seems like he's lost the team.
Sure.
And they're traveling to Baylor, which is a huge distance away for them. I'm taking Baylor money line. Take the dog.
So Baylor money line at plus 115, again, with our friends at Caesar's Palace. And that's something that producer Mark is jumping on that right now. So, again, those odds are going to change, folks. But I agree with you when it comes to the, you have quarterbacks or other, like a receiver, running back, or whatever players going from the portal or entering the portal and then, switching schools. What I really like, Shano, and just trying to take a little right turn here, is if you're going to transfer, you want to transfer your coordinator, right? You want your quarterback and your coordinator. That should be more of a package deal because, it's easier, I guess somewhat easier at the pro level, but when it comes to the college level, you're learning a way new system.
Yeah, totally new system. Like every college program is totally different. But yeah, he's got a brand new quarterback, but he's been yet to be seen. Matt Rule, like I said, he's been 11-14 the last 2 years. I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. I'm going against the Tigers this year in general. So yeah, give me Baylor plus money line.
Baylor moneyline again, guys, at plus 115 currently at Caesars Palace. Let's go to our last game Friday night, again at 8 o'clock. It'll be Georgia Tech, the Yellow Jackets, taking on Colorado Buffaloes. So it's prime time. So Colorado, of course, is the home team. Georgia Tech's getting minus 4.5, but I seen where it's minus 4 courtesy of our friends over at DraftKings at minus 112. The over-under, you can get it at 52.5. What say you here for this final game?
I like Georgia Tech minus 4. That's pretty good. You said minus 4 at minus 112. I think that's a pretty good price. I would take that. I think Colorado's going to struggle week 1. You remember they lost their quarterback, Shador. He's on the Browns right now. Mm-hmm. They lost the best playmaker and Hunter. He's on Jacksonville now. And then Georgia Tech's got a good defense. Georgia Tech usually has a strong defense, but their secondary is really strong this year. So I think their quarterback play at Colorado is going to struggle. And Georgia Tech also has a veteran quarterback coming back in Haynes King. So I like the Yellow Jackets here. So give me the Yellow Jackets minus the points.
So Colorado, again, bringing 3 starters back, right? So, that, again, it's difficult when you're bringing other guys in, maybe some guys from the portal, et cetera, that we just talked about. So I do like that pick. Georgia Tech seem to go hot in the beginning of the season. And then throughout, who knows what happens. But if history shows where they were huge thing over across the pond there last year, taking on Florida State, remember?
Yeah.
And they beat Florida State.
Yeah, Georgia Tech, I mean, they're always tough. They're never usually world beaters like in the national championship, the titles, give attention or anything like that.
Right.
But they're always tough. They usually have a good defense. They're usually really well coached. So yeah, I'm taking Georgia Tech minus the 4 here. And like you said, the transfer portal and Dion does get a lot of guys from the transfer portal, but I think sometimes it takes that time. And week 1 against a decent team like Georgia Tech, I don't think they're going to beat them.
All right, so let's recap real quick, Chano. In 60 seconds or less, we have the first game, Boise State, South Florida. Who you got?
Boise State, taking Boise State minus 6.
Minus 6, courtesy of our friends over at Caesars Palace. Our next game was Nebraska-Cincinnati. Where are you leaning here, or what are you picking here?
Nebraska-Cincinnati under 53.5, and also put a little pizza money on Nebraska minus 6.5.
Nebraska minus 6.5, and then under 53.5. That's both games are on Thursday. Let's go to Friday's game. We'll start off with Auburn taking on, of course, Baylor. Your call there.
Baylor, take the dogs. Baylor money line.
Baylor money line at plus 115. Again, courtesy of our friends over at Caesars Palace. And finally, we have Georgia Tech traveling to Colorado.
Georgia Tech, take the Yellow Jackets minus 4. Yellow Jackets minus 4.
Yeah, Yellow Jackets minus 4 at minus 112, guys. And that's, of course, at DraftKings. So, again, bettors want to shop around. Again, odds are subject to change. You never know what could happen. I mean, we're recording a couple days before the events happen, so anything, of course, could happen. Maybe there may be an injury in the walkthrough. You never know. So that may change. It's very rare. I mean, I don't think anybody puts pads on during a walkthrough. I mean, who knows?
No one's sitting tomorrow or the day before a game, so that should be safe. But you never know. Happens.
You never know.
Someone could step on a banana peel or
exactly.
Something like that.
Hey, I fell down a flight of stairs there. What have you?
When I was in college, there was a kid that got a concussion the day before a game. He was one of our best players too. A ball that was getting punted down the field came and hit him in the head. He was just walking the field, drinking some water, no helmet on. Ball, boom, bounced off his head and got a concussion. Was out the next day for a game.
Killing me. Coach was probably pissed for that one.
Oh yeah, that punter got chewed out. He's like, Coach, he's got to be looking where he's going.
My Lord. Oh man, we're having too much fun here. All right.
Well, you were talking about the lines. That Nebraska-Cincinnati game, that opened at 54.5, so it's already moving down. So, like I said, I would jump on that quick because it looks like as more people bet money on the unders, it's going to just keep moving that line down. So I would take that as quickly as possible before it starts dropping more.
Yeah, I mean, even executive producer Mike is like on it. He was on it for a while there. So I don't know when he bet that, but holy cow! And these lines come out early, as you know. But
yeah.
Hey, it's like the stock market, guys. I mean, you get on it when it's hot, buy low, sell high, or vice versa. Whatever is your cup of tea. But anyway, those are our 4 bets. We'll be back later, and we will be live in studio this Friday night to cover the Friday games, the weekend games. We'll cover, of course, not the Friday games, but we'll be live on Friday, so we'll cover the Saturday, the Sunday games, and, of course, the Monday night game, which is, of course, North Carolina, the Tar Heels, taking on TCU. So that's Belichick's first game.
Yeah. We'll see what he does in college, see how it pulls it off.
Yeah, I have a lean there, but I'm going to wait until Friday. I'm going to look at a couple of reports, but I've got a good lean. But I think, you'll see. Tune in on Friday, and we'll find out what happens there. And don't forget that we will be live. Shannon and I will be live. We'll be covering, of course, Saturday's game in college football, which is LSU taking on Clemson. That is a game. I can't wait for that, partner.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's like 3 or 4 really, really good games this weekend, and that's the one I'm looking forward to the most. Because that's the primetime Saturday night game. I can't wait for that at all.
Yeah,
can't wait for that. And then earlier that day you have Texas Ohio State. That's the other big one.
Yeah. I was just about to say that. That's going to happen at noon on Saturdays, but we'll cover that next time. So join us on Friday night.
What time is the Notre Dame Miami game? Because that's the other big one. I don't know what time it is.
I think
hopefully it's at 4.
I think it's at
8 or 8. That'd be great.
No, I'm checking it now. I think that one is Sunday, correct? 8 o'clock.
Oh, is it Sunday?
I think that's a Sunday.
Oh,
game.
Sweet. Yeah, sweet.
So
even better.
A lot of games going on. Here we go. It's coming up. Yeah, 7:30. I lied. I meant to say 8. If I said 8 o'clock, I'm sorry. It was 7:30. Notre Dame taking on Miami. That's going to be
Sunday.
That's going to be a good one.
So yeah, that's all 3 of those games. Everybody's ranked in the top 10.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So check us out Friday night. If you're around, we're going to be live. Burke, Virginia. Glory Days has us again. So we'll be covering, of course, the Tigers taking on. No, it's Tiger versus Tiger.
2 Tigers, purple Tigers versus the orange Tigers.
It sounds like Frosted Flakes. What do you call it? Tony the Tiger taking on whoever, whatever the other tiger there is. I don't know. The Exxon Tiger guy. I don't know. Anyway, we'll sign off right now. Again, we'll be back Friday evening live. And we'll have a total of 8 games. So 2 from each conference. We'll be covering ACC, SEC, Big 10, Big 12. Check out our Big 12 breakdown of the win totals. We're going to be covering that, and that's going to be aired either tomorrow or the next day. We'll have it for you before, of course, the weekend, so you guys can look at that. But guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up. That really helps us out. So producer Mark can get off our back, and which apparently he's starting to produce some material for us. I'm like, okay, whatever. Anyway,
I'll believe when I see it.
Yeah, I know. Leave it to the pros, my friend. Leave it to the pros. All right. Well, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. See you later.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.